This is the dumb as new law category. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a proposal right now in a county in New York that would allow the police to retaliate against protesters and get money from them. Let me give you some background. Lawmakers in a suburban New York County voted Monday to approve a proposal that would allow police officers to sue protesters and collect financial damages. Now remember, because of qualified immunity, it can't work the other way around. Typically, okay? Qualified immunity provides a barrier between a cop and their personal finances so that cops can get money from protesters. A move similar to the Blue Lives Matter Act that was first proposed by GOP Congress members back in 2016. If this sounds familiar, it's connected. The bill passed by the Nassau County Legislature would make police officers and other first responders a protected class under the county's, get this, human rights law, which currently bars discrimination based on race, religion, gender, and sexual orientation. No other professions are protected under the human rights law. Isn't that something? Once again, a special little caveat for those in blue. And what they try to do is contextualize it as, all first responders. But this is really about cops. Once again, a statutory retaliation. They want it to be codified in law. It's meant to make protesters fearful of what may happen to them by exercising their freedom of speech. It gets deeper. The bill would allow a lawyer for the Long Island County to sue protesters on behalf of officers and calls for fines up to $25,000 for anyone who harasses, menaces, or injures an officer. I'm going to tell you why that's so dangerous in a moment. The fine amount would be doubled if the offending behavior happened in the course of someone participating in a riot, according to the bill. Let's break this down for a minute. What is your definition of harassment? What is it? If I'm yelling at a cop, is that harassment? Well, according to this law, it can be interpreted as such. If I'm chanting Black Lives Matter while police are in front of me, is that harassment? We just did a story a couple of weeks ago of a 19-year-old college student crumpling up paper that said Blue Lives Matter and got arrested. Went to jail for a hate crime against the police. So we already know they are willing to interpret the statute at its most extreme variable in order to make others afraid of them. This is your police state, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it is. There's more. Civil rights lawyer Frederick Brewington told reporters Friday that the bill violates free speech rights, and it does, and if passed, will have a chilling effect on protesters. The NAACP said it will bring members to Monday's vote. If you want to shut someone down, take away their livelihood, Brewington said. If you want to shut someone down, take away their spirit. This is intended to evoke fear in the community. This is payback. It's not right, it's not acceptable, and it's against the law. I completely concur. Brett, thoughts?
I'm just gonna go with what my instincts are here, and I'm sure there are gonna be a bunch of right wingers out there saying that this is a violation of free speech to protest. Like, there's so much insane. This is an insane law. This is a crazy, insane law. Props to Red Loak Dragon, who said that they wrote to their legislator to vote no in Nassau County. So congratulations. That's exactly what you should be doing if you are affected by this new potential law in this county. So there's a lot going on here. One aspect of it that I think that I guess is connected to that statement about breaking people's spirit, but it's also breaking their pocketbooks. Because here's what's gonna happen, is the police union is gonna take all these cases. The police union is gonna be the one, depending on how it actually breaks down. If it's a civil case, they're gonna represent the police who feel threatened and feel upset by this. And they're gonna sue protesters who are just trying to find an hour to take off from their job working someplace where they don't have that giant apparatus behind them to come and exercise their First Amendment rights. And there's only so many cases that the ACLU can take up on your behalf in this situation. But what it does, the threat of that, it's another thing in America where they use the threat of financial ruin against people who just want to make sure that America is following through on the promises it originally made.
Think about the irony of it all. Literally, qualified immunity 100%. Is a statutory element, right? It's not constitutional, it's statutory, meaning it was passed, it is now considered law, case law, and some states. Boom, statutory. Your freedom of speech is constitutional. What they're saying is that this statute is now more powerful than the constitutional right that you have as a person who can talk and say what you want to say. This is an assault not only on free speech, but it is an assault on the very democracy that we live in. Now let's see what happens, because Brett, everybody should be outraged, brother. Not just those on the left, all right? This is chipping away at your constitutional rights.